The first cities. Unraveling ancient mysteries. This is History in the Shadow. Please support US and subscribe US. Let's start the story. What if I told you that 8,000 years ago, humans built cities so advanced that we're still trying to understand how they did it? Cities with underground sewage systems better than some modern towns, astronomical observatories more precise than medieval European ones, and mysteries so profound that archaeologists are rewriting history books every year. Today, we're diving into humanity's first cities, the birthplaces of civilization that hold secrets we're only now beginning to unlock. The dawn of urban life. Picture this. It's 10,000 years ago. Your ancestors are hunter-gatherers, moving constantly, living in small groups of maybe 20 to 30 people. Fast forward just 2,000 years, and suddenly, boom! Humans are building cities with thousands of residents, complex governments, and technologies that seem almost impossible for their time. This transformation didn't happen everywhere at once. It began in specific regions that historians call cradles of civilization: Mesopotamia, the Indus Valley, ancient Egypt, ancient China, Mesoamerica, and the Andes. But here's what's mind-blowing. These civilizations developed independently, yet they all came up with remarkably similar solutions to urban challenges. The question that haunts archaeologists: how did scattered human tribes suddenly develop the knowledge to build sophisticated cities almost simultaneously across the globe? Çatalhöyük, the world's first city mystery. Let's start our journey in modern-day Turkey, at a place called Çatalhöyük, possibly the world's first true city, dating back to 7,500 BCE. This place will blow your mind. Imagine a city with no streets, no doors at ground level. How did people get around? They walked on rooftops and entered their homes through ladders from above. With over 8,000 residents at its peak, Çatalhöyük was like an ancient apartment complex where every house was connected through the roof. But here's where it gets weird. Archaeologists found no evidence of social hierarchy.
No palácios, no templos, no VLT districts.
Everyone lived in similar houses, ate similar food, and was buried with similar goods. How did they organize 8,000 people without rulers or social classes? It's a mystery that challenges everything we thought we knew about early human organization. The walls of Çatalhöyük are covered in some of humanity's earliest art, but much of it depicts scenes we can't understand. Strange humanoid figures, mysterious rituals, and symbols that seem to tell a story we've lost to time. Uruk, the birth of everything we know now. Let's jump to Mesopotamia, to the legendary city of Uruk, arguably the most important city in human history. Around 4000 BCE, Uruk became the world's largest settlement with over 50,000 people. But size isn't what makes Uruk special. It's what was invented there. In Uruk, humans invented the first known writing system, cuneiform, the wheel, the sailboat, the first postal system, complex mathematics, the 60-minute hour and 24-hour day, the first known literature, the Epic of Gilgamesh. Here's what's mysterious. These innovations appeared within a few hundred years of each other. It's as if someone flipped a switch and human intelligence exploded. Why did this technological revolution happen so suddenly in this specific place? The city was built around the world's first monumental architecture, ziggurats that reached toward the heavens. The largest ziggurat was called the House of Heaven, and was believed to be a stairway for gods to descend to earth. But recent archaeological evidence suggests these structures might have had practical purposes we don't understand yet. Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro, the lost civilization. While Mesopotamians were building ziggurats, something incredible was happening in the Indus Valley. The Harappan civilization built cities so advanced they make modern urban planners jealous. Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro had underground sewage systems connected to every house, standardized weights and measures across hundreds of cities, advanced water management with covered drains, multi-story buildings with private bathrooms, a writing system we still can't decode after 100 years of trying. Here's the biggest mystery. We have no idea how they organized their society. There are no palaces, no temples, no weapons of war, no evidence of armies or kings. How do you run a civilization of 5 million people across 1,500 cities without apparent government or military? And then, around 1900 BCE, they just vanished. The cities were abandoned, and the Harappan civilization disappeared from history. No one knows why. Climate change? Invasion? Internal collapse? It remains one of archaeology's greatest unsolved mysteries. The Harappan script contains over 400 symbols, but since we can't read it, we don't know their stories, their beliefs, or even what they called themselves. Imagine an entire advanced civilization that's essentially mute to us. Memphis and Giza. Engineering impossibilities. Egypt's first capital, Memphis, and the nearby Giza complex represent, perhaps humanity's most audacious ancient engineering project. The Great Pyramid was the tallest human-made structure for over 3,800 years, and we're still not entirely sure how they built it. Recent discoveries have revealed hidden chambers inside the Great Pyramid detected by cosmic ray imaging, evidence of ramps and counterweight systems more sophisticated than previously thought, precision in construction that rivals modern engineering, aligned to true north within 3/60th of a degree, massive stone blocks weighing up to 80 tons, transported from quarries hundreds of miles away. But here's what really bends minds: the mathematical constants embedded in the pyramid's design. The ratio of the pyramid's perimeter to its height equals pi. The golden ratio appears in multiple measurements. Coincidence? Mathematical genius? Or knowledge we've attributed to much later civilizations? Memphis itself was a city of over 500,000 people with sophisticated administration, medicine, and engineering. They performed brain surgery, created detailed medical texts, and developed embalming techniques so effective that we can still see facial features of people who died 4,000 years ago. The Americas. Isolated innovation. Here's where things get really interesting. Thousands of miles away from these old-world civilizations, completely isolated across vast oceans, American civilizations were independently developing similar urban technologies. Caral in Peru, dating to 3,500 BCE, had monumental architecture contemporary with Egyptian pyramids, advanced irrigation systems in one of the world's driest deserts, no evidence of warfare despite being a major population center, sophisticated understanding of seismic engineering, earthquake-resistant buildings. In Mesoamerica, cities like Teotihuacan grew to over 200,000 people. They built the Pyramid of the Sun, nearly as large as the Great Pyramid of Giza, without ever having contact with Egyptian builders. The mystery: how did isolated civilizations develop such similar solutions? Independent invention? Lost common knowledge? Some researchers propose controversial theories about ancient global connections, though mainstream archaeology favors independent development. The shared mysteries: every first city shares puzzling characteristics. Advanced urban planning with sophisticated water and waste systems, massive monuments requiring thousands of workers, sudden appearance in archaeological records, mysterious decline and abandonment, lost technologies that had to be redeveloped, precise astronomical alignments. Why did isolated civilizations develop such similar solutions? Modern discoveries rewriting history. Recent breakthroughs are changing everything. Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, 11,000-year-old monuments that predate agriculture, challenging how civilization developed. LiDAR technology. Jungle-penetrating lasers are discovering massive hidden cities, particularly in the Americas. DNA analysis. Revealing unexpected connections between distant ancient populations. Climate data. Ice cores show many cities rose and fell with climate changes we're only now understanding. The ultimate mystery after 300,000 years of human existence. Why did civilization suddenly explode 10,000 years ago across isolated regions? Theories include climate change after the Ice Age, population pressure, cognitive evolution, or agricultural revolution. But none fully explain the rapid, simultaneous development. These ancient pioneers solved problems we still struggle with: sustainable systems, earthquake-resistant buildings, organizing massive populations without modern technology. As our modern cities face climate change and overcrowding, maybe the real treasure in these ruins isn't gold. It's knowledge we desperately need today. What do you think? Could ancient urban planning solve modern city problems? Drop your theories below. Subscribe for more archaeological mysteries. And I'll see you in the next video where we explore even deeper into humanity's lost knowledge.